All races is 56. White America is 62. Asian is 77. They double where we are. So the Asians. And a lot of the businesses are where? In our communities. So the question is, what do we do about that? And so for me, what I've done is said, all you need to do is give us money, like you do everybody else. Let us rebuild our communities, because we know how to deal with everybody in the community, and we know how to make it work.
And you say it's a real.
No, that's the deal.
I feel you.
So that's what I'm talking about. So my thing is, I'm talking to candidates, because your district has been led by the Democrats for 40 plus years. That means it ain't gonna change because it ain't changed. Dallas has a 50% poverty rate amongst our youth. We have a 30+% poverty rate, period. Where Dallas population grew by 8.9%, poverty grew by 40%. This is all what we learned at the mayor's summit. So these are facts that come directly from the city of Dallas.
That's right.
So my question to you all, do you vote, my man?
Of course.
You vote. All right, do you vote? You gonna start voting. I'm gonna make sure you vote. Do you vote, Pops? Do you vote, baby? Okay. Well, I'm sorry, sir. Do you vote, young man?
Not the pops, though.
Do you vote, young man?
I'm not that young either.
Okay, what's your name, sir? LaVelle, do you vote, brother? Thank you, sir. You know, I love all my people, man. It's all right. Do you vote, my man?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Got to.
You vote, baby? You have voted?
I vote.
You do vote, okay. Do you vote? Okay, but you might vote. If we
might.
Can, yeah, we can walk you through that process. All right, so here's my question to you. When you vote, how do you normally vote? What party, if you don't mind telling me?
Democrat.
Democrat? When you vote, how you normally vote?
Democrat.
Democrat? LaVelle, when you vote, how do you normally vote?
Democrat.
Democrat? When you vote, how do you normally vote? Democrat. Okay, so if y'all ever heard this thing that says, to do the same thing and hope for a different result is insane?
Exactly.
So here's my question.
For the longest and ain't got no results.
Here's my question that I've been doing. My question is, if I went to Donald Trump and the Republican Party and created a partnership, and in the partnership, all we need is resources. We know how to do what we do. And they agreed. That means the senators, the people in Congress said, we will provide resources. Here's my question. If that happened, if that partnership happened, Kilo, would you vote for a Republican?
If the partnership happened.
Yeah, if they said that, hey man, we understand that there are some poverty issues, we understand that there's a way to rebuild urban communities, but we don't know how to do it. But we willing to send resources, not to the politicians, but to people in the community that already have businesses, that's already committed to be a part of this. We'll make sure you get the resources.
Right.
Are you willing to take that partnership on and vote for it?
Probably not.
Okay? Tell me why.
Because the Democrats have been in control of that for years, and they've been going the exact way. It hasn't been going the exact way that we've been wanting to go, but we vote Democrat because we have the same interests.
What's the interest?
The interest is inner city communities, education, different type of programs, different type of, for instance, parks, recreation, things in the inner city that Republicans aren't worried about, because those things are already set up out in the suburbs.
Have you seen some suburbs that's led by Republicans? Have you seen their parks versus your parks?
Mostly all suburbs are ran by Republicans.
I'm saying, but have you seen their parks versus your parks?
Oh, of course.
Do they look better?
A lot better.
Do they have better resources than what you have?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to you on that one.
They have a lot of resources that's not within our reach in the inner city.
But why is it not when your representative can go get you the resources?
Right, it's an education problem. You have to educate the people to be able to go out and get those resources.
So no, I'm saying, but the resources have to be made available.
Exactly, they got to be. You're right.
So if they come from the federal level, then your representative has to go get the resources for you.
True.
I guess when I look at the condition of the community we're in, right, and you say that you're saying you're okay with it,
the condition of the community?
Yeah.
Oh, of course not.
So then I'm saying, how do you change the condition of the community unless you do something different?
We have to hold more Democrats responsible, man. But I'm not gonna jump ship from supporting the Democrats to support the Republicans because they say
that's why you get the partnership. So the question becomes, if you had a partnership, they could lie. Let's say that first of all.
Right.
They could definitely lie.
Right.
But it would totally be, in other words, I put it like this. If I'm owned by somebody, they do what they want to.
That's right.
But if I'm trying to get a relationship with somebody, then I start to do the stuff that I got to do to get the relationship.
Right.
So that means that, you know, let's just break it down to the real barbershop talk.
Right.
The girl that you've been with for 20 years,
Right.
you may not do with her when you go on the next date. You're going to open the door, you're going to buy the flowers because you're doing a courtship.
But after a while,
So after a while says, if the girl holds you accountable, because the first day you don't open that door, she say, I'm done with that.
Right.
And you really like her and need her, you're going to keep opening the door, right?
the door.
So the thing is, the accountability is what it's all about.
That's right.
So here's my question. If there was a person, let's get away from party for a minute.
Right.
If a person came in and said, I am willing to give you the resources you need to build this community the way it needs to look like the suburbs, would you work with that person or the person that's been in power that has
that's
allowed
better.
you?
Yeah, that's better.
You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Yeah.
get to that point, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So which one would you do?
Yeah,
the new thing?
Yeah, I would definitely do the new thing if they're talking about they promise a partnership.
There we go.
Which means I got more control over what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on.
Okay.
A partnership that says, give us resources. We don't want you to, we'll give you interest on the resources if you make it come or partner with us.
Right.
And we will give you a return and we'll be better as a community.
Right.
You cool with that?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good.
All right. Mr. Lavelle, what you think about that?
I'm a state Democrat.
You gonna stay Democrat? Just because?
Just because.
Okay.
I really ain't even now one, man. I'm putting it to you like this here. I don't know why I haven't been on TV, why they haven't complained about me. I don't stand for none of their stuff. I don't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't stand for the national anthem.
Right.
Because I'm feeling like Captain Nick, and I felt like that before he said that.
Right.
You know, I don't see where I should pledge allegiance because ain't none of them gave no allegiance to me.
So it's difficult either way.
Either way.
So
it's
here's
the
my
same-
question to
it's
you.
The same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
So here's my question to you, Mr. Lavelle. If you had, because you have young people, I guess, nephews, sons, grandsons, something like that. If there was a way
Yeah.
that they, like I said, you could be lied. We could be lied to. Let me say that first, right?
Been lied to.
Right. Well, yeah, but you can lie to us in a new relationship too. Somebody could, right? But if there was a partnership and a relationship that was put out to the world, because this ain't gonna be nothing in silent, and you said, you know what I'm gonna do, I'm going to make sure that there are opportunities for the regular folks, not the churches, not the politicians, the people that's in the communities who can reach the people to give them an opportunity.
Right.
If that was presented, would you rather go that route or just keep voting the same way, knowing nothing's gonna happen?
I'm probably gonna keep voting.
The same way. Okay, I can just rate that. All right. Now back to you, young man, and Mr. Sir here. All right, you vote sometimes, right? One time. Okay, my man. So you kind of heard the questions, right?
But the way he proposed the question to me was if they promise a
The question is this:
they promise a partnership, that's
you vote Democrat, right?
That's like if I got
Here's my question, because you kind of heard it.
I can either give you the pen and tell you
I've always voted Democrat.
my money, or I can
Both times I voted.
which I give you $50,000, but I can tell you, hey,
But at the same time, I understand that nothing's happening in that process, right? So my question is, I'm basically going to Donald Trump and to the Republicans saying, look, you all need us to help you win. We need somebody to invest in our community. If you all are willing to partner with us, then we're willing to work with you at least this one cycle to see if you're going to hold yourself to be true. If the partnership materializes, would you then vote for that Republican candidate
is this partnership right? You know what I'm saying? Is this partnership
for that opportunity?
If he really hold up and say what he gonna do,
Well, I mean, he's telling the world what he's going to do.
they all do that though.
Right, but I'm just saying, but we hold him accountable. But my question is, would you vote for him?
Yeah, I'll vote for him.
Okay.
You know why?
Tell me why.
Well, the votes don't matter no damn way.
Right, okay. What about you, my man?
if someone
You still would vote Democrat?
better for you and your
All of them talk
And let
good
you
and
have-
that shit.
you know what I'm saying?
You would? Okay.
It's
I
a
didn't ask
hustle-
you if you
it's a
want.
hustle on
I ain't
Trump.
asked if you wanted to be on camera, so I ain't gonna talk to you yet. What about you, my man?
Yeah, but it
If
can't be
I'm
too
gonna
much.
give it to you like this. If you're getting nothing over here right now anyway, there's no return on your money. If you go over here and you get a chance to get a return, which one would you do?
Go over there and get a return, of course.
Which one would you do?
What comes with going over there getting a return?
You doing the one thing you do naturally. You going into the polls, voting for the opportunity. Your part of the partnership is you got to help me get elected. If I get elected, my part of the partnership, I'm gonna make sure you get resources that you need. That's it.
But is it a guarantee you're gonna stick by the word?
You may lie to me. That's a possibility.
I'm gonna stay strong and stay where I'm at.
So you're gonna stay where you at, knowing you're not gonna get anything.
Knowing your community gonna stay the exact same way.
You will stay. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen.
Is it a guarantee the community is gonna be better?
Yeah, he said he's guaranteeing you a partnership and making your community better. So on one hand, you can still vote the same and stay the same,
And get nothing.
or and get nothing, or you can go ahead and switch. And we
What I'm
promise you that
saying,
we're gonna help your community.
You
get better.
promising me that you're gonna help me, but is you gonna be trying to tell me how to run it?
No, because they don't know how to run your community. What you're gonna do is
That's
this.
what I wanna know.
My
Oh,
proposal
they
is
just giving
this.
you the resources. to do
My
better.
proposal is this.
I'm gonna stay.
You're gonna stay. Okay. So, and the reason why I say that is this. Here's what the Democrat Party said. They said, because blacks used to be Republicans, if you didn't know that. Yes, they were. And Republicans were the one that was against slavery, that was for civil rights. It wasn't the Democrat Party. But here's what was said. If you give them a little bit, you can own them for 200,000 years. Now get your phone and Google that. So what I'm telling you, you have become a political slave because there's no way, I know if I go over here, you're going to beat the hell out of me. I might go over here and not get beat. You think I'm going to keep going over here and get beat?
Yep.
Who does that?
Blacks.
We do.
Blacks.
We can't, I mean, we have to think deeper. So I would rather, put it like this, I would rather be able to say you lied to me than to know I'm not getting nothing. I might get something. I can come after you for not giving me what you said you're going to give
That's
me.
why I ain't trying to go. I ain't trying to have to go there.
Oh, okay, well.
So if you're gonna lie to me, I'd rather not even hear it.
But you can't tell me I'm a lie till you give me the opportunity to prove whether I'm a lie or not.
But then that's when you're gonna make me a menace to society because you lied to me and I put my trust in you.
Well, then that's the thing. If you lie to
I
me,
don't want to have. I'd rather just
you
deal
gotta just
with
be
it.
a menace in society.
I'm not no menace.
Sure,
But I'd
society.
rather just
But
live my
our
life like I've
society-
been living.
But what about you got
than
kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so at what point do we make decisions that's better for our kids? I was a Democrat. I voted both times Democrat. Had I voted in March, I would have voted for Hillary Clinton. That's all I knew. My 17-year-old daughter woke me up through research. Now, let me give you some, I wanted to see where you were just as a thinker. But now let me give you some facts. Do you know who passed the bill, the 3 strikes bill? You don't know who passed the 3 strikes bill? Do you know who passed the 3 strikes bill?
That came about in the.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah, that came
You
about
know
in
what Hillary
the-
Clinton said? Hold on. You know what Hillary Clinton said during the process to get it passed? That young blacks are super predators.
Super predators.
They need to be brought to heel. So we need to know why we vote for who we vote for. I didn't want to take you to the education process. I wanted you to think, well, if I got an opportunity, I'm going to take the opportunity to be better.
Okay.
Naturally, right? That's the natural instinct, because I know if I go over here, I get nothing. So if the job over here say they're going to pay me $15 an hour and I'm making 7, shoot, I'm going to go try to 15 even if it don't last for a month.
Okay, but here's the whole thing about the whole super predator line.
Yes,
At the
sir.
time, African Americans was probably committing
The game's off the
80%
chain. Right.
of the murders, the
Okay.
robberies. At that time, crime was off the hook in
Right.
the 90s,
In-
New York
in
and LA.
yeah.
LA and New York. was
You got
crazy.
it. You own
So with that being said, the laws that Bill Clinton made up, and with her being at the time when she was a statesman or something like that,
yeah.
the laws that he made up, it looked like it was directed toward African Americans because we was the majority of the crime doers.
Right.
Now, fast forward to today, yeah, we're still the majority of the crime doers. We're still the majority of the population in the penitentiaries.
Right.
But here we have a woman that spent her whole life in the Senate, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
working hand in hand with women, African Americans.
Uh-huh.
There has to be some type of change in the mannerism that she has gotten from then to now. So I don't think she still believed that blacks are super predators. I think at the time it looked that way, definitely.
So let me ask you this. If you didn't believe that, why wouldn't you change that when you was in the Senate? If you didn't believe that, why wouldn't you deal with that when you was the Secretary of State? Now what you do, I'm so sorry, but if you elect me president, I'll change it. Why do I have to do something for you to change it?
Yeah.
Now, I ain't even go deeper into the fact of what has happened for black people across the country. So I could talk about Haiti. I could talk about why I wouldn't vote, why I don't support it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm trying to get us to be thinkers. The bottom line is, if I walk into a place and I know my current situation, and I know that my current situation has been there for a very long time, I'm willing to try something different to see if it provides me a better situation.
That's right. But right now, what we're doing is just picking the lesser of the two evils.
But I'm fine with that.
Right. That's all
So,
we're doing.
you know what somebody asked me in an interview yesterday? They said, but Donald Trump is racist. I said, if he is racist, guess what? I'm from Texas.
Right.
I've been around racism and racists my whole life.
My whole life.
Now, everything I just said to you all, in theory, guess what? You're in Texas. This is going to be Republican no matter what.
I'm from Wisconsin. I'm from the
No, I'm
number
saying
one
when
most
you hear.
segregated city
Right, but
in
I'm saying
America.
here.
Yeah, it's an American's fabric.
So my question is, I got you. You already said if it's a real opportunity, I'm going to try the real
I'll
opportunity.
try it.
That's the key.
I'll
Now,
try it.
you saying you don't care about the potential opportunity. You'll stay in your current situation.
There is no better.
It's only two choices.
only two choices.
It's only two.
Only two.
And I ain't picking that one up.
So you're not going to vote.
So you just ain't gonna vote.
So you ain't going to vote.
Okay. That from the beginning.
You just listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, man.
You hear what he just said?
You just gotta
People died.
I reckon I ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How many? I ain't gonna ask you your age, but
I'm
how
46.
Many, all right. How many times have you voted?
Twice for President Obama. I didn't vote till I was 36.
So you ain't.
Because I felt
so
like
you just started voting.
Just started voting.
All right. All right.
I felt like you. I'm like, man, it don't matter. I got to get out here and get it to make it happen. That's the way I felt.
I
Now,
feel the
now
moment
listen, now
you
listen
do
though.
that.
No, listen. I have a college degree, own businesses, speak across the country, and I felt just like you. Because I'm a black man who has lived in Texas. I've had friend hungs, and I live in a county that has 40 plus black men freed who was wrongfully charged. So I understand the real deal. But at some point, I know that there's a bunch of stuff that takes place that will determine the welfare of me and my children. So even if they throw my vote out, I cast my vote, and I can come to your office and complain because I did vote.
That's right.
But the minute you don't vote and something go wrong, they go into a computer and they put your name in there. And if your name ain't that computer, you don't mean nothing. So here's what happens to young black men. Either you have value as a vote or you have value as a prison number. You determine that value.
I'm gonna tell you this.
That's the way it works.
I seen a video.
I feel you on that.
Hey, I
Now,
seen
you
a
feel me
video.
on that? Even if you couldn't vote because you had a felony, your job is to get the information and the education and take it to the people you love so they can make the vote for you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. I seen a
As
video.
being a felon, do it count?
Hey, they put out
You
a
can
video
vote,
of
man,
a
in
guy.
Texas.
I ain't
Hey,
asked you, can
this
you
dude-
vote?
this dude-
You can vote if you want to.
Hold on one
anybody.
second.
Do
What-
it count?
What do you mean? If you
If you're a
vote,
felon.
if you're a felon and you vote, yes, it counts. It's still your vote.
What you say if you're a felon, can you vote?
He said, if you're a felon, does it count? And I'm like, once you place your
And you
vote,
can The only way you can't vote is if you're currently on supervision.
smart man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, if you're currently on it, then no, you can't. But see,
That's what I'm asking.
they trying to trick all felons to think that once you're a felon, you can't vote. My PO didn't tell me that you can go back to voting when you get off paper. She told me that you can no longer vote.
Right.
She didn't tell me right now because you're on supervision you can no longer vote. She just told me you can no longer vote. And that's why, and I was thinking that my voting rights were thrown away. But see, that's why we got to educate each other to know that
So-
even with that felony, you can vote, man.
So now here's not the point whether you could vote or not. Here's the practical question. Don't think, listen to me first before you answer. Here's the scenario I'm gonna paint for you. Right now, I live in poverty. I'm talking about my community, not you personally. I'm in a poverty-stricken, crime-ridden community, and my parks don't look like the parks down the street. The stores in my community don't look like the stores across the bridge.
Wow.
So my question is, understanding that that's how your community has been, and you're finding more vacant buildings every day. My question is, if there was a chance through a partnership, meaning that there is something saying, or somebody has said, I have plans and legislature that will rebuild your community, and I want to work with the people on the ground, not the politicians, not the churches, but regular folks.
Inner city activists.
Inner city activists. If you had the two options, which one would you choose?
I'll go with it.
He'll go with the interaction to see what you're going to do. Which one would you do?
No, man.
Okay.
Gotta ride with it, man.
So, back to you, sir.
Shit, it ain't been working.
I'm going to ask you a question because you're kind of out of it. Here's the question. You're operating in a community that's poverty-stricken, being a business owner. You know that revenues really don't come here. Matter of fact, for you fed homeless. You know the situation, right? If you go to vote, if you had a choice, you got to first have the opportunity. If you had a choice, meaning that if the people over here were white men under the Republican Party, but they said, look, I'm willing to put the money into the hands of the people that's on the street. As long as we got the training, we got the agreements in place, we'll put the resources for those who gonna make it happen. Are you gonna vote? Are you willing to vote for that Republican Party, or do you have to vote Democrat?
I'll vote for who's going to help make change, in the community.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Because here's my deal, guys. At some point, you can only do so much. I can only do so much. He can only do so much. But if we had more money, or this whole strip mall looks the way it looks, we can rebuild it where it made sense. And until we learn how to keep money in this community at least 2-3 times, meaning we have the other services that are available for people. So when I leave the barbershop, I can go right to the grocery store and get some good groceries. I can go right down here and get my oil changed. I can go over here and get some good food. Until that happens, everything you get goes out of your community. That's why your community is poor.
Hey, let's start with part of the real problem, though.
Yes, sir.
Part of the real problem.
You gonna own it.
Hey, part of the real problem, though, is that those white folks, they take time to go to city council meetings in their area of whatever town they live in. They take time to see, if you got a city council meeting tonight where they're saying, let's see,
They finna mess you up.
we're either going to fund that strip mall over there and make it look better. We got $2 million is going to that strip mall.
Right.
So we can either straighten up that block, or we can take that $2 million and open up another liquor store.
Right.
The ayes have it. Let's vote. Should we put the $2 million over there? Ain't nobody in this inner city going to those meetings, so we can't vote for the $2 million to go into where we're around. So therefore, it gets put on the table. Meeting over, the $2 million going to the liquor stuff. So now we got another liquor store in the area.
Right.
So the problem starts with us being uneducated on how to speak for our community.
Right.
We have to learn how to go to city council meetings and look for it.
So here's my proposal to the Republican Party and to Donald Trump. You allow us to come in and make barbershops our informational hubs. That means we provide funds to the barbershop so they can pop a computer in here, so they can have internet, so we can bring people in here, so we can have town hall meetings, so we can bring them in here, and we know the resources, and we gonna go get people in the community who really wanna put this down. And we're gonna set up whatever we gotta set up to make sure people do their business so our community can benefit off of the opportunity. That's my proposal.
That's a beautiful thing.
And so for me, as long as we get that, we win. Because every Republican ain't gonna lie, because if you lie to us one time, we done with you.
We're done. We're going backwards.
Right. So the point is, we have some leverage
We ain't got nothing
right
but
now.
time.
And if we don't
We ain't got
utilize
nothing
it
but
right
time.
now, we don't get nothing.
We ain't got nothing but time.
You getting played right now.
Play it right now.
Our grandmama's getting played, our mama's getting played, everybody getting played.
We ain't got nothing but time right now.
Right? Okay, thanks. So, here's the deal. Shop talk is up. We're going to make something happen. I may be calling some of you brothers to get on the plane, go to New York, and make it happen. Because the real deal, guys, is if we don't do more, me, you, and Kilo said it best, we keep our butts at home when there's great information going on.
Yep.
And that's our fault.
Yep.
So we got to be smart about that process.
Next Thursday, 6:30, I'll already put on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I have a meeting here, but the meeting is for like the people in the public.
Community.
And what we're doing is it's people that's on my Facebook,
Okay.
and it's a opportunity for us to come together, and we're talking about how we can become one entity, become a collective entity, and what we do as individuals, we build businesses.
That's what I'm
You know
talking
what I'm
about.
saying?
And all I want to do is get you the money
So-
for that.
Right, so we're gonna
And
be
not
here-
from the city and
we're
the
gonna be
state,
here
from the federal government.
Next Thursday.
Directly here.
We're gonna be here
Next Thursday.
No, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
6:30.
Yeah, a week from today.
Yeah, 6:30. So I've been getting crazy. I got people out of town that want to come and be a part of this business. And like everybody we have to know that what our resources are. You know what I can't do, maybe you can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand and know what it takes to build that empire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we have to know what it takes to destroy it. You know, tear down the empire. So once we get exactly, you know what I'm saying? That dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna
I'm
meet
loving
here, man. We're gonna meet
If
here.
I'm in the state next week, I'll be here.
Right.
And make sure we get that on point. But guys, thank you, man.
Hey, anytime, bro.
Because what we gotta do is, we know as black men, 90% of us come and work to the barbershop. And that's our win right there. And so if we can get stronger here and get us money, man, I mean, it's like we gotta have resources. And we don't need to go fill out this many papers to get some resources or get roadblock after roadblock. We need to be able to say, look, this barbershop is certified as an economic literacy place. We have so many funds for them, and the board that sets in there, which are the barbers, have agreed how they're gonna allocate the money. Because you deal with the people. You know if the guy down there ain't gonna do right. That's what I'm asking them to do.
That's real.
And so if they do that, guess what? They gotta publicly come out and say, we agree to that.
This is the problem. This is what I think we need to have training on first. We really need to get in on the way African Americans think. See, we the type of people that don't care about $3 tomorrow. We care about $1 today.
Right.
We don't think about day after tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once we get past only living for today, how we say, I live for the moment, live for the day. And Friday you broke because you lived for the day before yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Once we get past that, then we can collectively put our minds together and figure out how we gonna get past next month, next year, and things like that. See, other races think ahead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Hispanics that work, that make $9 an hour busting his tail, he don't think for today. He think for next month. He
Right.
think for next year. That's what we need to do. And once we get our understanding straight with each other, then we'll be able to strive for that stuff. But if black people don't see it, oh, we ain't thinking about that. Town hall meeting? Oh, we ain't coming to that. What they giving away free? Nothing? Oh, I just gotta come and speak and vote?
Right.
Oh man, we not coming to that. So that's the problem with us. If we can't see it, touch it, or smell it, it don't exist with black folks.
Well, we gotta educate us.
We gotta
That's our
educate
job,
ourselves. That's
because
our
we
job.
know that, and that's what I'm trying to do. Make
Exactly.
this the place where we can come have shop talk. We can keep it real.
Keep it
And
real.
if your feelings is on your shoulder, get them off.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
right here, our goal is to make you better.
Hey man, it's gonna blow your head up.
I'm
man,
cool.
Your feelings on your shoulder.
Man, you know it's good to see you. We're gonna give you some love, boy. You good?
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see you, man.
That's what I'm talking
Kilo. All right, baby.
Black man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next Wednesday, man, 6:30.
I'm gonna put it out too, Mr. Lavelle.
All right.
Thank you, sir. I work the sweat up. Say, man, it's what I do. Hey, it's hard work out here. Look, I was gonna walk in. Here's what I'm promoting, right? I'm saying if this partnership work, this is what it's gonna look like. You gotta tell me you for urban communities, and you gotta put money into this.
See, and what I see from that is you thinking past who he is, because everybody knows he's a moron. He's a fascist. The list goes on. So we're looking at. I understand your whole mentality
Right.
on bringing it to him, saying, look, if you do this, that, and the third, I might be able to get some African Americans to vote in your favor and get you up there. But you got to honor this plan that we got.
Exactly.
So I can
and it's our
understand that.
plan. It's not a plan that we came up with the plan.
No, it's our plan.
It's our plan because we know what it takes to win.
Yeah.
So that's the deal, man, and that's it.
I feel
So, you know, at the end of the day, I expect to be in New York, if not by Friday, next week for sure.
Word.
Sitting down, and they've asked me the first time, can you bring a bunch of brothers with you? The tickets on y'all? Yeah, we'll come.
So
You
what are you
already know,
proposing,
man.
Mr. Bruce Carter?
What I'm proposing is this, is that as long as we can get a partnership that provides direct resources to our community, that we vote for Donald Trump and his Republican counterparts based on a partnership agreement. And we hold them accountable for what they agree to do. That's what I'm proposing. All right, guys, that is the end of Shop Talk in South Dallas, Texas. My man, give me some love, man. Get up and give me some love, brother. I want to see you, you know. You're going to end up being one of these main guys out here.